Coach, when there's a unique player across like Steph, how important is it to remain connected and follow the fine details of the game plan?
I mean, it's one of the most important things with him. He's seen every coverage. You're not going to trick him with anything. He understands how to play the game. His team feeds and reads off of him. So our guys understanding the game plan going forward and seeing different bodies, seeing different defenses, just to make sure we're staying connected to him and following the game plan.
Someone who could help out with that is Jalen. What's his status as entering tonight?
He goes through a shooting slot here in a moment, so I'll let you know afterwards.
Noah was assigned to the G League this morning. What do you hope he gets out of that experience?
Yeah, I think just getting up and down the floor, getting some run in, I think that's very important. Going down there and just staying in condition, being able to feel and read the game, at that speed and at that pace.
Is that something that could be on the table for Jace, or how important is it that he's with the main team?
I think it's a combination. I think we'll feel it out as the season goes on, and there's times that there'll be some run for him as well. Just different times. Noah's gotten in a couple games, so Jace finding time here and there is going to be important as we move forward, whether that's the G or with us.
So Jalen's starting.
Excuse me.
So Jalen's starting.
Well, I'll let you know once he goes through a shooting slot. That's BDS. That
Yes,
one as well.
I know. But I just thought following up might be helpful. So.
To try to get that answer is good. I like that. Good job, Tim.
To go back to Steph for a second.
Yeah.
We talk all the time about LeBron's going to officially play in year 23 tonight, and Chris is in 21, and Kyle's in 20.
Yeah.
For Steph to still be doing what he's doing and this active and the creativity and ingenuity and all the fancy words that you can come up with, we haven't seen anything like this really before. I mean, I know LeBron has played more years, but what Steph's doing, does it kind of boggle traditional wisdom that a guy can still play that way and be this good this long?
Yeah, I mean, I was just sitting there thinking about it because I looked at his post-game interview after one of the San Antonio games, and he spoke about like the appreciation for the game, being able to do it, the teammates, the camaraderie, the ups and downs of the season. He's always so transparent in how he approaches the game, but it's also so telling on how he talks about how he works at his game, and I think that's what sometimes gets lost because of how hard he works, that he makes it look so, what do you say, effortless. But to that degree, you forget about the body of work he puts in for his body and his mind, and he talks about it often. And I think that's what's so unique and special about him. On the court, he's seen everything, and he's done so much. But I think that the mindset that he possesses that's so special to be able to watch and witness, and it's rare nowadays.
Because he's seen everything.
Mm-hmm.
Does that play into the mind game? I mean, look, no one's going to invent a defense.
Right.
But how does that affect the game plan, knowing that no matter what you throw at him, he knows the counter?
You don't react. You don't overreact to things that he's done. You don't become a fan in the moment. You continue to coach the game the way you need to coach the game and follow the game plan. I could think a lot of teams you can get caught up in watching him and forget that you've got a job to do in order to stop him from doing what he needs to do. And a lot of people have gotten 40 pieces, 50 pieces, but you've got to be able to find a way to control that as best as you can in a team setting.
Not to make it the Steph Curry half hour, but when you have a player like that, you've had really good success against him, but you've also had the games like last time here where he hit 12 threes. So
yeah.
Is it more of a defensive strategy or something that you can do, or do you hope he has a bad night? Where's the balance between Steph's going to do what Steph does and we can affect what Steph does?
You got to affect it as best as possible. That comes with physicality to a degree, smart. Making sure he feels physical touches everywhere he's on the floor, taking off his spot. There's all little small details of it, but it's it's 1 versus 5 when he has it. But you also got to understand the spacing on the floor where the other guys are as well, because they've got other shooting and the way that they space the floor that you overreact to him, and now other guys are getting opening looks. So you got to make sure you do your job early with him and stay connected as best as possible and make it tough on him because he's going to get the shots. You just got to make it tougher on him so they're not as easy.
Kind of go from a shock of playing a Houston team that's all about kind of their presence in the paint to playing a Golden State team that I think is last in the league in points in the paint per game. How do you kind of balance that adjustment and make sure that you can match up with some of their speed on the perimeter and some of their lack of size, so to speak, but still kind of play your game.
Well, they still do a great job of touching the paint. So we got to make sure we protect it first, because that's how the overreaction happens. A backdoor cut happens, you overreact to him, and now he's kicking it out to a corner three. So you've got to make sure you're protecting the paint just the same as you would like we did against Houston. They're just finding spray outs because of your overreaction. So we've got to do our work early, be in position early. They've got to see gaps. They've got to see length on the floor, and then we've got to be physical as possible without fouling.
Anything else?
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.